Hi, boys and girls. This video is what we would be doing if I was live with you and it was in the morning when we first log in. Now, we can't take attendance in the same way we usually do because if I ask you a question, you can't answer me back, can you? No. So I'll have to get information about how you're doing and what you're thinking tomorrow when we log in for our meeting. But right now, we can do three things. We can enjoy a story together, and we're going to talk about some different changes that happen in the story as the story goes through. We're going to practice some of our letter sounds that we make when we put some letters together. And we're also going to go over a little bit of rhyme. So those are the three things we're going to do in this video today. All right, let's start with our story, since the story is usually a pretty nice place to start. All right, this story has a really unique title, especially for people who live in Michigan like us. It's called An Orange in January. You're right, that's our month right now, January. And do you see what is on this young man? He's got a warm hat. He's got mittens, kind of like Nicky in our story yesterday, right? Remember how his grandma had knitted him those warm white mittens? His are orange, though. An orange. When I think of an orange, I think of Florida. I know, Ethan, you went to Florida recently, didn't you? When you were in Florida, maybe you saw some orange trees. Boy, that would be a sight to see. Well, let's read about an orange in January and find out how he has his orange in January, a cold month up here in Michigan. Hey, look, I found it again. It says an. It doesn't say a orange. That's too hard to say. It says an orange. You needed that N there because there's a vowel. Remember, A and orange, our mouth's open for both of those, so it's hard to say together. So we say an orange. All right, here we go. Yep, there's our table of contents showing us what things in the book are. An Orange in January by Diana Hutz Aston, and the illustrations were made by Julie Marin. Here we go. Some nice illustrations, nice pictures that we see. In a land that glowed with spring light, an orange blossomed. An orange blossomed. A blossom's a flower. An orange blossomed. Bees feasted on nectar, sweet as honey. I like how they say that, sweet as honey, because I know honey tastes very sweet. So if the nectar is as sweet as honey, it must be sweet. Until, let's see what happens. The petals fell away, and the orange began to grow into what it was meant to be. Aha! So an orange started out as a blossom on a tree. Did you know that? You did already know that oranges grow on trees? You're pretty smart because we don't have orange trees growing in Michigan. So these bees must have done something when they went from flower to flower. Maybe they were spreading pollen. It grew slowly and steadily, fed by the earth's soil and the ocean's breath. So the tree took nutrients from the soil, and then the moisture came in off the ocean, formed clouds, the rain came down, and watered the trees. Soaked with rain and drenched in sunlight, the orange grew plump and bright. Those are great describing words, plump and bright. It's describing the properties of the orange. Bright describes the color. Plump means it was very thick. Until a hand, brown with seasons of sun, plucked it from its branch. See, plucked means to pick it, to take it off of there. Well, dew still glittered on the leaves. Its days of growing were over, but there was life in it yet, and it still had far to go. So it's not growing anymore. Are you noticing all the different forms of nature, all the different animals in this book? From bag to basket, so the person picked it, put it in a bag, then dumped it in a larger basket. It's going into there. To truck. Oh, look at that. It came off this truck It was transported into this truck. All those trees in the background. It followed the skyway over mountains, across deserts and plains, until, see, traveling on that road? It reminds me of the book that we read when we were doing all that construction that one day. The book that had all the sounds in it, remember? The orange arrived at the grocery store. There it rested, aglow with the goodness inside it. So wait a minute. Did you guys already know that? Did you know that when you go to Kroger, the food doesn't just magically appear in Kroger? It grows at another location and it's transported to the grocery store. In this case, transported means it was moved in the trucks. That's how it got there. From baskets to trucks to the grocery store. Maybe you've seen a truck unloading at a grocery store before. Sometimes when I pull into McDonald's, there'll be a great big McDonald's semi-truck, and they'll be taking things off the truck. Because the food doesn't just appear at McDonald's, they just don't have never-ending hamburgers and french fries there. They have to bring in the food and cook it there. 2 hands, small and soft, took it from the pile and called it the best one of all. Have you ever gotten to pick out a piece of fruit or vegetable at the grocery store? I know my kids like to do that. When I say, okay, find the best ones. So what do? Do you just quickly grab some and you don't look at them? Or are you a good consumer? Do you look it over and make sure there's no rotten spots on it? Or it's not going to be so long before it's ripe and take too many days to get ready to eat it. Carrying it home, the child felt its roundness. It's round like a sphere, isn't it? And imagined himself a juggler, a pitcher, a crown with an orange ball. I like his imagination. That night, as ice gleamed on the branches, he dreamed of a land that shone in summer light. So look out his window. This might be what it looks like out your window these days. It reminds me of looking out my window. Snowflakes, some snow on the bare branches. No leaves on these branches right now. But he's dreaming of another place where it's warm. See the orange there? Yeah, this kind of make-believe. This is gigantic, like James and the Giant Peach. I knew that. That's right. When morning came, the orange reached the end of its journey, bursting with the seasons inside it. So think about it. It blossomed in the spring. It grew and grew in the summer. Then he picked it and he's enjoying it in the winter, isn't it? Oh, look at they're a very fortunate family. They have lots of fruits and vegetables on the table. And 2 hands, pink with cold, shared its segments. Do you know what the word segment means? It means it's parts. We have a whole, and we can divide something into parts. He divided the parts of his the whole orange into parts. Remember in our other video? Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to make a mess on it. We talked about how you can have a whole circle, and then you can have halves of circles. Where's my other half? Let me hold it up to the circle. Here it is. Here's my other half. 2 halves make a whole. If you had an orange segment, you would just have 1 part. Doesn't that remind you of a piece of orange? Maybe you ask your mom for smiley face oranges sometimes. Do you do that? Looks like a smile, doesn't it? Maybe you like to cut them in wedges and then eat the center out of it. Maybe you like peeling the orange and eating it like that, so that everyone could taste the sweetness of an orange in January. Right about now, I really like that idea. Do you know why? Sometimes in the middle of the winter, I feel a little closed in, like I miss being out in the sunshine. But if I eat a treat like an orange, it's almost like you're tasting a little bit of summer, isn't it? Yeah. It's reminding you of where that orange grew. Well, we're very blessed to live in a place where we can have trucks and different vehicles bringing food to where we are so that even in January we can enjoy an orange. Would you like to know a little bit about the farmer's market? It says, look at the farmer's stands. They are filled with fresh fruits. Who grows the vegetables and fruits? How did they get there? Farmers grow fruits and vegetables. Some farmers grow squash in the fall. Others grow peas in the spring. See, they're going to sell them. Vegetables grow in different ways. Peas grow on vines. Carrots grow underground. Corn stalks grow above the ground. Farmers grow many fruits. Oranges grow on trees. Blueberries grow on bushes. Grapes grow on vines. I've never gotten to go grape picking. Maybe you have. But I have gone blueberry picking. Sometimes I would put one in my basket, put one in my mouth. Put one in my basket, put one in my mouth. Some farmers sell their foods nearby. They bring their crops to local markets. They take them to the market in trucks. Other farmers sell their foods far away. They send crops on trains to see other states. Some crops are sent on airplanes or boats. So different ways of transporting that. Hey, some of you may have eaten some food from Miller's Orchard before, over by the soccer fields. Over by the soccer fields. Some farmers can grow food locally and sell it nearby. Maybe they even put a stand out. You know what a stand is? A little setup. And they might set some fruits and vegetables out. Over on Saul, over by Grebner, there's some people there who sell some of the fruits and vegetables from their own garden. It's by our house. We'll talk about that more in a minute, okay, Tommy? Off of Clinton River. Sometimes farmers grow so much food, they have enough that they can send it far away to be sold in other places. And that's what happened with the orange in our book. When I was little, I was really fortunate. My best friend in high school, her dad was a farmer. So some weekends we would get to load up pumpkins and squash and all that good stuff and take it down to Detroit where they had a farmer's market. That was a long, hard day's work. What will you buy at the market? Everything is fresh and delicious. There are so many choices. Make a list and get started. Can you do that? Do you know that's one of the best ways to learn about writing? When mom or dad are making their list for the grocery store, you can practice writing things down for them. Sometimes you'll get the word. Other times you might need to use a picture still to help you out. But writing a list for the grocery store is a great help for you learning to read and write, and it's a good help for mom and dad for when they get to the store. All right, that's a great activity that you can do today, or you can start it and just keep adding to it as you think of things you need at your house. All right, boys and girls. Well, this was a fun story that helped us to see the changes that the orange goes through the seasons, and how it gets from one place to another. All right, well, let's turn away from our book for a minute, and we're going to kind of jump to a sound making practice. All right, we're going to actually work on just 3 sounds today. We're going to work on this one. I thought you guys were telling me to be quiet because I see everybody going, shh, shh. You remember that shell starts with this sound, shh, shh. We're going to practice this sound. That one, you fall down and bop me. Ch, ch, like cheese. If we were in our classroom, we would be looking at our choo-choo, right? Ch, 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 ch. Okay. And then we're also going to, this one's the one that tickles our tongue all the time. Ready? It goes like this. Like thumb. It's 2 different sounds, doesn't it? But they're very close, and they both make your tongue tickle. Well, boys and girls, we're going to work on this penguin page right now. Today and tomorrow, we're going to kind of be in the penguin mode, or maybe Friday, too. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be penguins, too. I'm going to tip this down here, and you can see I already cut out my little stamps here, didn't I? You might need a minute to do that. Well, each one of these penguins is holding something that begins with one of these sounds. I'm going to use tape because remember how I used up my glue yesterday? I still need to get some more. If it starts with this sound, shh, we're going to put it here. If it starts with this sound, shh, we're going to put it here. Oh, yep, you already know. If it starts like this, we're going to put it down here. All right, here's our first one. Everybody say shark, shark. All right, Martin, what does that sound like? Shh, good. And what two letters make that sound? Great, Martin. S and H. So we're going to put that one right up here by the S and the H. All right, this one's going to be for Mason. All right, Mason, this penguin is holding some cheese. Cheese. Were we just talking about that? You're right. It's going to go next to the CH. The CH. Right? Now we've got a ship. Ship. Shh. Yep, Jackson. That one's an SH. So we have to go back up to the top and put our penguin right up there. All right, now we have a thermos. Yeah, that is the TH. It's one of the TH sounds. Okay, let's see what's going to be next. Thumb. Yeah, we just made that one. That isn't the TH sound that tickles quite as much, is it? Put the thumb there. All right. If this last one has the ch sound, then we're in good shape. Let's see what's the penguin got. A cherry. Ch, ch, cherry. All right, let's do it. Let's take our cherry and put it by the CH. Good job, boys and girls. Let's do some double checking. Yep, and see if we know all of the sounds. Are you ready? Shh. Ch. Good, now I'm going to mix them up. Ready? Ch. Shh. Shh. Ch. 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 Shh. Great job, boys and girls. All right, we've made it through 2 of our 3 activities for learning together this morning. Now we're going to take a look at our 3rd activity. Are you ready? Okay. Our last activity is going to be playing with some rhyme. And guess what? I've got some bears who are going to help us out with that a little bit. This is going to be hard to show you all of these. Let's see how we can do this. I'm going to start showing you some of the pictures I have, and then I'll show you how we match them up. We've got a pot. We've got a cub. That's a tiger cub. A well. And then we've got, oops, hang on there. We've got a pin. See the little pin right there? This little bear is fishing for a hut. A hut. Yeah, that's a type of shelter. Oh, and look at that. I think that's the same fox from our worksheet the other day. Okay, and we've got, hang on there, Mrs. Winkle cut out doubles for some reason. We've got a ram. This one's doing a head nod. Ah. Did you hear the ah in the middle? Good for you. Oh, and look at frog. Did I just hear someone say frog log? You're rhyming before I even gave you your other choices. You guys are awesome. All right, let's see if we've got a couple more. We've got a bed. Bed. Don't bump your head on the bed. we've got a cup. Up. You're right, it is a short U in the middle. A hat. And that should be about it. Let me double check. Yeah, the other ones are just our doubles. All right, now, here come, I'm going to show you these now. I'm going to catch a fish over here, and I'm going to see. Have you tell me which one of our bear words this matches up with. Are you ready? All right. Here I have a cot. 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 What one does that sound like? All right. Go ahead. Tell us, Nevaeh. Yeah. Cot sounds like pot. Cot. Pot. Good job, Nevaeh. All right. Now I've got. Oops. I know I said got, and that rhymes with cotton pot too. All right. Here. This little fish has a bell. Bell. All right, help me out, Logan. Which one of these words sounds like bell? It's okay. Think about it. You said well. Do you need more time? Well, what? Oh, bell rhymes with well. Good one, Logan. Bell, well. I thought you were teasing me there for a minute or something. All right, now we've got, this is a light that is red. Can you see how it's pointing to that? Red rhymes with Benjamin. Bed. Red bed. Good job. How about dog? What one does that sound like? Kylie, what do you say? Dog, frog. Good. Yeah. It's looking happy. A few of these other fish want to catch something. Okay, now I've got a bat. Bat. What does that sound like? I've got nod, hen, hut, fox, cup, hat, ram. Oh, who said back it up? All right, Kaden. Yes, bat, hat. Those do sound alike. Okay, time for our next one. See if we can separate these. We've got a few extra fish wanting to jump in here now. Oh, this little boy had a win. See, he won a trophy and a medal. Win and, okay, Lillian. Pin and win. Good job. Okay, now we've got a nut. Can you find something that sounds like nut? Okay, Jessie May. Nut hut. Yeah, a hut for a nut. Okay, and we've got a, what is this one? Box. Which one sounds like box? Okay, sure. Let's hear from. Go ahead, Alec. Box, fox. Good job. Okay, let's get out all these extras. Oh, yep. Here we've got some. Did I do this one already? Maybe I did. Oh, no, I didn't. Jam and what, Riley? Good. You remember the name of that animal. Ram. Jam, ram. They sound alike. Oh, see this curtain right there? It's on a pole called a rod. It's called a curtain rod. That sounds like rod. All right, go ahead, tell me, Aubrielle. Nod, nod, and rod. Those are rhyming words. Did I miss any? I did. Okay, I've got dog. I've got, oh, maybe I'm thinking of this as something different. Okay, I'm trying to separate them. I've got a cot. And I want to say this is a tub, but I can't quite figure that out. Yeah, because I was calling this a cup and this a tub. That does not rhyme. Can you think of it? I can't call it a sink. Bath, mug. I was going to tease and say which one should we do, I think they want us to put this one here. But you know, oh, look at, we can go cub. Which one? Cub. I can't say dog. We could say cub and tub. Good. We solved that mystery. Okay, now we have to solve another mystery. Maybe. See, this one is different than this one. Yeah. We need something that rhymes with either. Oh, I think I got it. As soon as I looked at Ethan, I knew he was thinking cup and pup. Yes, a little baby dog. Cup, pup. Those sound right. Well, sometimes rhyming really makes me think. Does it make you think too? Let's think just a little bit more and let's see if we can write. Let's write let's just do one or two of these. Which one do you think we should figure out together before we call it quits here? We're going to do some moving around. Put those up there so we can get our post-it notes. And then we have a little bit of room in space. There. That was a lot of work to get a space, wasn't it? Okay. Oh, you know what? I thought so too. Yeah. Yep. Audrey was saying that pup was really cute. We should talk some more about pup and cup. All right. So I'm going to write the word pup. Ready? Are you going to stretch it out? Yep. Go ahead, Audrey. That's a P. Thank you. And then, yep, another sound. So we've got pup. It's a little shaky there, isn't it? Let's fix that up a little bit. All right, now, we know since it's a rhyme, they're going to have the same ending, aren't they? But now I want to talk about what we can change the P and pup to make it cup. Any ideas? I'd love to hear from you, Hunter. I haven't called on you yet. I know every time I call on you, you say something good. You're right, it is a C. Pup, cup. So we changed the P to a C, and we made a new word. Let's do one more. All right, I'm looking at these, and short E is kind of tough. Let's practice short E. We have bell and well. Okay, I'm going to write bell first. B. We practiced that in the beginning of the year. We know that that's a B. Okay, let's sound out. Oh, yeah, remember I said short E is kind of tough. We should practice it. So we know that this is an E. B. All right, Brooklyn, what do you hear at the end? Oh, that's correct. And you actually take two L's to make bell. It's a double consonant. Okay, we want to turn bell into well. What are we going to do? We're going to leave the ending the same because they're rhyming words. All right, but what do we need to replace the B with? Instead of going for L, we want to go L. You're right, Brooklyn, it is a W. There's our W. Bow, well. Well, boys and girls, I think it's getting to be time to finish our reading meeting for this morning. But I want to remind you about something you can be doing to practice at home. Remember your book box? Yeah, we haven't talked about in a while, but it's still great to go into your book box and practice some of those books that we started a long time ago. You can revisit those and reread them. And I bet that some of the books that seemed really tricky when we started kindergarten aren't going to seem so tricky anymore. And some of the flashcards that seem so hard to get through aren't going to be so hard anymore. All right, you work hard on that. And then tomorrow I want to hear. Yep, I want to hear about what you did to help yourself become a better reader and writer. All right, boys and girls.